What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the KBR Sports YouTube channel. You already know in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 signs for you guys as to why Donovan Mitchell is ready to take the next step into NBA All-Star-dom. Stay tuned for the video, guys, and we'll get right back. Welcome back to the KBR Sports YouTube channel. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button on this video so that way you don't miss any future KBR Sports videos, of course, because why would you want to miss any future videos? You're tuning into this video for a reason, so you must be interested for some degree or some reason. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and while you're doing that, make sure, because obviously the KBR Sports YouTube channel comes with the KBR Sports podcast, you know what I'm saying? So to subscribe to the KBR Sports Podcast, go on Spreaker, on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, all those platforms, guys. The KBR Sports Podcast is available for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. If you're sitting at work and you're like, damn, dude, I don't got a thing that I want to do here. I don't got nothing to listen to. Well, guess what? The KBR Sports Podcast is here for you. It is that it is. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future posts on the podcast or the YouTube channel. And of course, one thing I did want to make sure I was letting you guys and making you guys know and letting you guys become aware of was the fact that the KBR Sports channel and the podcast is going to be changing to some degree because the name of it is going to be changing. Excuse me, guys. Gotta move this. Got how to bring it closer to me so you know you can hear what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I've lost what I was going to say.
He needs some milk.
Oh, yeah. So the KBR Sports YouTube channel and the podcast will be changing. There are some changes already going down. You've seen it in the podcast and you've seen in the YouTube channel some music that is being played in the videos and everything like that because the channel is eventually going to be changing to being called He's Always Right, guys. Let's give a round of applause for the changes. Come on. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I know. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's going to be changing. So make sure you guys I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. And you're not missing anything out in regards to that. And I'm giving you updated on that. But guys, I don't want to keep rambling on for too long. But while you're here, leave a like. And guys, let's jump into this video because I think one of the most electric players that we've had in the NBA for the past 2 years has been Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz's sophomore guard. Well, I guess going into this season, his third-year guard. And for a lot of reasons, we've seen Donovan Mitchell has been a part of the NBA young player discussion in terms of who's the best young player in the league. And he was making a case to have won the Rookie of the Year 2 years ago if it weren't for Ben Simmons damn near averaging a triple-double. And Ben Simmons redshirted that year, so I don't know if that counts. But, hey, I don't make the rules. He was valuable to get the vote, but he pretty much reclassed and won it. But Donovan Mitchell, I mean, he had a great rookie season. The dude averaged, 20 points per game. He averaged 20.5 points per game on 43.7% shooting from the field, 34% from three, and then 80.5% from the free throw line. So the guy was all around a solid scorer his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? And he averaged 3.7 assists to go with that and 3.7 rebounds, as well as a 16.7 PER. So Donovan Mitchell was doing his thing, and he led the Utah Jazz. This is after Gordon Hayward left, mind you. So he led the Utah Jazz to a 48-34 record and a 5th seed in the Western Conference. Took them all the way to the second round. They knocked out Utah and they knocked out Oklahoma City in 6 games, okay? And then they went to the second round and they got bounced out by Houston. But it's a viable case that if Ricky Rubio would have never gotten hurt, they possibly could have went to the Western Conference Finals because they were keeping in close with a lot of those games against Houston. So who knows what it would have. I mean, Houston was a better team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to paint the picture that Houston would have lost, but would have been more interesting. That's all I'm trying to say. But
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
From that performance, we knew Donovan Mitchell had something special and he could be a special player. So here are my 3 signs as to how we know Donovan Mitchell is about to take the next step. And my first sign number 1, is actually his sophomore season. His second year was a marginal upgrade over his rookie year. He averaged 23.8 points per game on 43.2% shooting. He shot 36.2% from the three-point line, and he increased his free throw shooting by 0.2%. everything else went up as well. His assists went up, his total rebounds went up, and he had a 17.2 PER. And so Donovan was literally a marginally better player. You see all the ways he did improve. And I don't want to say margin like it's such a small improvement, but he did improve a good amount. And you saw he got the Jazz back to the playoffs. They were another 5th seed. He improved their wins by 2 wins, 50-32 record. And you see in different ways the way he became a better player. His creativity was better, his handle, everything, the way he created for himself around the hoop. All those things improved. He became a better playmaker. Now, he still needs to improve in this department, but you saw his vision was improving aligned with his playmaking, and he became a better three-point shooter, and his catch and shoot percentage is actually really impressive on his career so far. I believe it's 38%, right around that mark for his career catch and shoot three-point percentage. And defensively, I talked about how his vision needs to become better on offense when he's passing the basketball, but he's still very impressive in terms of how he handles himself on defense, because he knows how to anticipate passing lanes and he uses his length to help him play defense. The only issue is that sometimes he does get caught in no man's land on defense, but obviously he's only a second-year guy going into his 3rd year, so these are little things that he's a willing defender, which is the most important part. Being a willing defender can take you a long way in the NBA. So those are the main paces of how I say that he's trending, or that's the first mark of how I say he's trending to become a better player. And you'll see that in his game coming next season. Now, for reason number 2 is that he's on a contender in the Western Conference, a contender that's actually built around him. You don't say that about a lot of 3rd-year guys. You don't say that about a guy like LeBron James when he was in his 3rd season. You didn't say that about a guy like Kobe Bryant, a guy like Dwayne Wade. Even though those guys did have success in their 3rd years, you didn't feel like the contender was built around them. And so now Donovan is in a position where Utah is a legitimate team, especially after the acquisitions they got. Mike Conley, they went and got him. He's an all-star caliber guard, even though he's never made an all-star team, but that's besides the point. But he's an all-star caliber guard that's going to come and take a lot of the offensive pressure off of Donovan Mitchell. So that's going to be really exciting to see how he adjusts with playing Mike Conley. But then you also went and see how they got other guys like Boban Bogdanovic, Ed Davis, Jeff Green, and it's a team that's built around Donovan to maximize his potential on offense and defense, because now offensively, he's going to be able to play off of Mike Conley, a guy that's actually a scoring threat while also being a facilitator on offense. So Donovan doesn't have to dominate the ball in a lot of the ways he had to in the previous years. Granted, his rookie season, Ricky Rubio is the main ball handler in a lot of respects, but Donovan took a lot of that over coming towards the end of the rookie season and into sophomore year. So now he has a point guard that's going to put him in better scoring positions and actually can utilize his ability as a slasher around the rim, which will hopefully increase his efficiency as a scorer and get him to the line more, and also play on his strengths as a catch and shoot three-point shooter. And then defensively, this is also an athletic defensive team that can maximize on his ability in terms of lateral quickness and being able to play defense. I mean, having Rudy Gobert behind you helps a lot on defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like if a guy passes by me and I'm like, oh no, but then I look and Rudy Gobert's there, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, those are things that matter. And so the way the Utah Jazz play defense is in a way shaped to gear people towards Rudy Gobert in the middle. So that's going to be a big help for him. And a guy in his 3rd year, a lot of times being on a contender, that's what lends you into that championship conversation. And so if he can have success in the postseason, you'll see Donovan Mitchell's name get crept up into that next tier of all-star caliber guys, like how Jason Tatum, everybody thought he was the next coming of Kobe because of that performance he had in his rookie season in the postseason. So, time for my final and 3rd sign of his taking the next step, and that is experience. Now, going into your 3rd year, Donovan Mitchell has guys around him, around the league now. He's talked to a lot of veterans. developed his game, and in a lot of ways he's been compared to Dwayne Wade. You can see how now in the third year you have a better understanding of the game, how to prepare for seasons, and how to actually just have a better overall approach to the game. And so now in this third year, hopefully he's going to have a better means of how he goes about the season and ways to be more efficient and ways to cheat in terms of getting easy buckets, being able to cheat on plays on defense. All those things come with experience and having better and veteran leadership around you. So having a guy like Mike Conley with him is going to go long ways for Donovan, especially in terms of helping him have a better understanding of the game. Because that's one thing that young players don't have, that a guy like LeBron, who's been in the league for 17 years, will always conquer them with. Because that's why you don't see young players win championships a lot of the time, because they don't have that understanding of the game. And so having a guy like Mike Conley on your team helps you take that shortcut to have a better understanding of how the game works and how to cheat little things here and there, so you can become this much better with this much little improvement. You know what I mean? So those are little things he's going to learn. And also the Team USA experience. Now that is something that I think so many people are overlooking in terms of how this can help Donovan Mitchell become the next big thing in terms of in the NBA on that all-star level, because all the guys that go on these FIBA teams and FIBA World Championships and the Olympic teams, all these guys come back and literally almost have MVP caliber seasons. You look at guys like Derrick Rose that went, Kevin Durant that went, Russell Westbrook that went, LeBron James, he went to the Olympics, and this dude came back and won his first MVP. When he went in 2008, LeBron came back, won his first MVP. Went in 2012, came back, won his first ring, won an MVP. Like, when you go and you're around other great players, you see how those guys work. LeBron said, seeing how guys like Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, how all those different guys work, learning leadership from guys like Jason Kidd, from a guy like Chris Paul, all those different guys, it changes how your approach to the game, and it helps you. Those kind of experiences it takes you out of your little tunnel of how you understand the game and gives you a broader scope. And bring in all the star knowledge that those guys have, young and old, you're bound to take another step in terms of improvements. Like LeBron, from where he went, he was already a great player, obviously. But where LeBron took his game to the next level after that Olympic experience, guys, he went to winning back-to-back MVPs, 2008-9 season to 2009-10 season. Like, LeBron went to another level. And Kobe, even when he went to the Olympics in 2008, came back, he went to the finals, won back-to-back championships. Like, these experiences are not to be taken for granted. So I think those are the three signs that I think we can put our thumbs on and be like, okay, Donovan Mitchell is definitely going to be an all-star caliber guy next year. We just got to all keep our eyes on it and see what kind of improvements he's bound to make. Because when you're playing on a team of a guy like Kemba, you're playing on another contemporary like Jason Tatum and so on, you're bound to pick up things in terms of how you can improve as a player. And I think losing actually is going to make him more determined to come back as a better player. So obviously that won't happen again. And so, guys, and I just want to say one little quick thing. He was actually the second leading scorer on the Team USA for this FIBA Championships. Like, Kemba was the leading scorer at 14.4 points. Donovan Mitchell is right behind him at 13.1. Third-year guy is the second leading scorer. So that's just something to be noted of. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this KBR Sports YouTube video. If you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to the KBR Sports YouTube channel, as well as the KBR Sports podcast, do all the mediums that I outlined for you earlier, as well as leave a like if you liked this video and you enjoyed it. And then don't forget to comment your thoughts. Do you think Donovan Mitchell will take the next step and evolve his game as an athlete and as an NBA player? Leave your comments below and let me know what you think, because obviously I think I'm always right, but you might have a different opinion. So guys, let me know what you think, and I'll be happy to debate it out with you in the comment section below. But guys, until next time, I'm out. Yo, I'm foolish.